What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here, back with more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. This is our 5th edition D&D campaign set in the world of Emberfell, and I am joined by most of the cast and crew of the Ember folk. Crowd? I don't know. Whatever. We're still workshopping it, I guess. But
suggestions in the comments.
Yeah, so leave some suggestions. Why don't you? Let's go ahead and briefly introduce ourselves, because I would love to get into this. And let's, like usual, clockwise. Let's start with Jumbo Smooth, the son of Amu.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I'll be playing the role of Rogar, son of Amu, this evening. He is a 7'5", 400-pound dragonborn for the Great North. He is looking for answers to why his village was decimated and his godlike figure fled. So, yeah, that's Rogar.
Yeah, indeed. Speaking of his godlike figure fleeing, Double D, Dan Decker. Good segue for me. That's weird, but
yeah, that's
fine.
a really good one. That's smooth as butter, as you always are.
Exactly.
I'm Dan at DnD on Twitter, and I am here now playing Moog. He's in Clan Broadjaw, and he's been tasked with, he was tasked with bringing Reverak in, preferably alive, to Clan Black Shroud.
Yes.
That did not pan out. And now he is currently part of the Smash Brothers duet with Rogar, wherein, as 7.5 and 8 feet fighters, we just basically come in and wreck shit. Yeah, there we go. So, Bugbear. Yeah, Bugbear Fighter.
Bugbear Fighter.
No longer demon possessed.
Speaking of no longer demon possessed, Kayla? I'm really sorry.
I'm Kayla, the one who doesn't have a cool name. I play Valerie in the campaign. I am a former elf. I am now a Dampier. I am 5'11", approximately 165 pounds. I got yellow eyes, pale skin, long white hair, and I'm about 257 years old. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before, and I travel with 3 lady hobgoblins, so and we just are essentially on the run from people and things.
Quick point of reference for Valerie. I've just never brought it up before. Is she dressed like somebody that lives here, or is she dressed in her older clothes? Just curious.
I'm wearing more of like a gothic kimono.
Okay. Has a little pizzazz. Little extra.
Yes.
All right. I believe aren't the female ones, are they called yukata, something like that? You know what I'm talking about?
Sounds right.
Sounds good.
Yukata? Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably butchering it. I think there's a different name. We all know what it is. It's fine. Speaking of, a different name. How about, the last guy here, the one and only Doobie 209.
Yes, my name's Alan. I play Dayu, the hobgoblin monk, Kinsei.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to get this going.
Yeah. Get it going. And to get it going, we shall. So the last we left off, the group of you had survived an ambush in a warehouse where one captain of the Black Shrouds was revealed to be none other than some other kind of foul creature. You did survive. Not only did you survive, you managed to interrogate one of the aforementioned cultists that, Zolkar, may he rest in peace, or pieces, or wherever he is right now, was tasked with bringing to Elysia's justice. You found out some very interesting things. As well, I believe Rogar spied a lookout down the street that Moog put a bolt through his head from a significant distance. And after you wrapped up your very bizarre torture scene involving applying the torturing with copious amounts of alcohol and disposed, or well, not so much disposed, just kind of killed him and let him rest, you then decided to venture forth to the Crooked Plank to have some rest and respite for the rest of the day, where it was then revealed that both Brevrak and Dayu may have been cursed in some way. They had a interesting symbol appear on their flesh, Dayu having just a little extra, as a mouth appeared on his shoulder during his weakened state and began talking. We had a good scene where Valerie stabbed him in the back, one of my personal favorites thus far in the campaign. You then decided to bring him to the only priest that you think you're on good terms with. It is very late at night, I'll remind you, very late at night. You did have a clear sky this day as you were moving into the fishing district to go find Atlas. You were in fact pickpocketed, or more specifically, Brevrak was. You chased down the pickpocket and found a group of orphan children that were being held together by none other than Kobu, the kobold, of his most esteemed nature. You retrieved Kobu after a bit of a showdown with the orphans. I thought there was going to be some like editing I was going to have to do there for a moment. Thought somebody was going to start, killing the women and children. Who knows? I don't know what's going on through your head sometimes. But regardless, situation was resolved. Kobu was captured and left at the mercy of snacks inside Rogar's bag. You then finally made your way to Ernest Atlas Ebbing's abode in the once aforementioned Cornath the Corpse Maker, the foul necromancer that bound a demon into Zaltkar's formal abode. When you arrive, the grounds look slightly different than the last time, as there is not as much detritus. It looks like the yard has been more taken care of in the front of the building, and you're assuming in the back where the actual gravestones are probably as well. You can see that Atlas has been taking care of the grounds rather well. The building itself doesn't look like it's in much better shape than it was before, mostly rotten. A lot of the planks not even fitted properly. The door is closed. It looks like there's a brand new door that had been placed there and is firmly shut. However, upon the few of you that have been here already, being Dayu and Rogar. Dayu probably not so much because he's kind of not quite himself right now. But Rogar, you get the sense that there's not as much of a heavy air in the atmosphere. There's no foreboding as you kind of step onto the grounds as there was previously. It seems to lack that natural kind of enmity that it had before. So all of you are present, including, unfortunately, Brevrak right now, that I will be Jaegering until I can drop him off at the kiddie pool. What would you guys like to do?
Hear the theme to Pacific Rim, but we can't do that with copyright, so.
Do the clip.
Robert will walk up to the closed door and pound on it a little bit and Tall One, we need your assistance.
As you pound on it, the door just opens in.
I look in. Do I see anything? I peek in.
You don't see anything. It appears dark. Don't hear any noises.
Noise or smells? Okay.
It does smell musty in here. It does not. Similar to what it was before. However, it does not smell like dead bodies like it did before.
Tall One, and I'll start slowly moving in.
Okay. You begin to move in. There is a set of stairs on your left, mostly fallen away. Looks like there is a second story that's currently inaccessible. That was also the case before. To your right, there's like an open parlor, and then if you go down this hallway, there are a few other rooms, but you don't see anyone in the near vicinity. There, at the very end of the hallway, there is the back door that leads to the cemetery.
Okay. No light source. It's
No,
dark.
doesn't appear that there's any light source in here. That for Rogar, Rogar can't see anything because he doesn't have dark vision. But if you'll remember, Atlas could see exceptionally well.
That's true.
In the dark, so a lack of light would not necessarily be concerning.
That's true. Moving further in. I guess going towards. If I don't see hear or see anything, I'm gonna move down towards the back door. I guess towards the graveyard.
Yeah.
Cemetery.
You start moving in that direction. Why don't you give me a perception test? And anybody can join in on this.
Woohoo!
Oh no. 4.
That's probably not going to happen. Velry got a 12. Mo got a 10. Okay. I did not see Dayu. Probably don't even need to bother Dayu. You're so bad off right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother.
Dayu's actually looking at the front door because he's on Rokar's back. It's kind of back looking like that. Yeah. So I'll see Velry with the best roll here. Velry, so you're kind of cautiously looking around. First off, Velry, you're slightly uneasy. There are a few things kind of left around. Like you see a few skulls that have like old candles, wax, like there was a candle placed inside of them, kind of burnt out. And it's reminiscent of a dark period of your life. And it might be put you a little bit on edge. But for some reason, Velry, you kind of glancing down the hall where Rogar's moving, you see out one of the boarded up windows in the back, you do see a figure in the backyard. Well, what everyone else knows is the graveyard.
I'm gonna be stealthy if I can during all this. So, and I guess point out the figure to the others and ask if they want me to go check it out. Check it.
All right, what do you guys do?
That must be him. As I just talk loudly.
Okay.
Tall one. Atlas, we need your help.
The figure stops. It's outside. You can't see him, Rogar.
Rogar's walking towards him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would just open up the door, perhaps?
Yeah.
You open up the door, and you see a figure shrouded. It looks like in the equivalent of a funeral shroud, standing there in the middle of the graveyard. The graves look very well tended. There are many fresh graves that have been recently dug, all filled, none of them empty. The figure is obviously not Atlas, as the figure is only about perhaps maybe 6 feet tall. And that's maybe stretching it, possibly shorter than that. Definitely not as beefy as well, but they are completely shrouded, and as they kind of look up towards you, Rogar.
Was the keeper of this graveyard?
He had duties elsewhere. He's been given a great task. Is there something you need?
Are you an acquaintance of his, a friend?
I am no friend. And you can tell this is definitely female voice.
Are you a shaman?
Just a bit of a smile, slightly. You can see kind of the bottom of the face. She kind of pulls the shroud to the sides. You see very, very pale alabaster-like skin, smooth. She is beautiful. She doesn't. The closest things any of you have seen would be an elf-like features, but they're not quite as sharp. Her eyes in particular are a greenish, almost fire kind of color. He had a task only he could complete. I am watching the grounds for now.
Do you also possess abilities as he?
What is it you wish, dragon?
My friend here, my small companion, Snacks, have been marked by a symbol. The armored one as well. I don't know if Brevrak's close to me or not, but...
Yes. Yes, I, my noble Brevrak, have, as he pulls open his chest to expose his pentagram 9-pointed star on his chest. You see, it's right here between my flexing pectoral muscles. As she just kind of goes, kind of just barely even looks at him.
I'll kind of position Dayu. Flop around, show see if I can show the mark. I don't know if it's still there or not, but
as she's taking stock of everybody, she says, "This one." She points towards Velry. This one is born of shadow. Interesting. Not quite dead, not quite alive. Strange. And she looks over towards Dayu. Afflicted, I see.
Very much so. Something started to speak. I'll start bringing him over. At least that was the claim.
Just lay him down, if you would.
I'll lay him down.
And she motions towards a fresh grave.
In the grave?
Next to it would be fine.
Sets him down next to it.
Yeah,
not yet, Elder. Not yet.
There's a sizable hole next to you, Dayu. Perfectly matches your height. Just you rested down there. She moves down towards you. She smells pleasant, Dayu. Ironically, as she kind of gets very close to you, you feel a sense of unease, but at the same time, comfort. It's a strange mixed emotion. She kind of looks you over. I smell brimstone, fire, devil's work. Hard to break. I would need many materials to do so. Sadly, I do not know how long I can be present to perform this task. But I might be able to ease his burden slightly.
Please do.
Fine.
As well as my companions. I look towards Brevrak and I open up my sack, and...
Yes.
Snacks!
The magic on them, as she kind of points towards the star on Dayu, which, by the way, the star is no longer on Dayu's back. It is now on his chest. The mouth is nowhere to be seen. That might require more, let's call it a more intimate touch. Something I'm not quite allowed to do. But this, as she kind of reaches down, Dayu, do you have any diamonds on your person? No. Do you have any plates left?
Yes.
How many do you have?
A lot. 7.
Okay. She's going to reach
We do have 2 diamonds.
Okay.
From our loot of the
She will require 2 diamonds.
Okay.
The equivalent of 200 gold pieces is what she needs.
Okay. Then Roger will take the 2 diamonds if that's what she asked for.
Yeah, she's kind of senses it, and then she basically, your hands kind of stop over where the plates are, because they are in fact diamond encrusted. And then it's not quite what I need, but close enough. And then after that, you produce the actual diamonds. Yes. And she grabs a hold of both of them, and she places them over Dayu's eyes. And as she does, she begins to whisper some words as her hands kind of hover over his body. And the diamonds begin to sink into his eyes. I'm assuming they're closed, Dayu, because otherwise it would be horrifying.
They are
They
now.
sink into his eyes, and within moments, you have 1 point of exhaustion removed. Only 1. It's a start. As a ritual has taken place to help ease his burden, well, this will perhaps take him slightly away from the precipice of death. The rest, you will have to go elsewhere. This is most of what I can allowed.
What do you mean allowed? After.
Well,
Sorry.
that's more of a private matter. Shadow One.
Okay.
Gonna help you in some other ways. Does anyone need perhaps a blessing, a burial?
You've done much. I'm sure the Elder appreciates your efforts. Would Atlas know the remaining requirements to remove this when he returns?
Perhaps.
Is there something you can show us that would perhaps tell us what we need?
Well, for this, as she motions down towards the brand on Dayu and the one that's on several of your party members, you would need a powerful priest and some time. There might be alternative methods, but those are the methods I know of. For this other affliction of the spirit, it can be removed with an experienced enough cleric, holy man, perhaps even a witch, a warlock. But this weird magic could have strange, lasting consequences on one's soul. My lord does not interfere in most of your endeavors, at least while you take breath. After, I could do much.
You've been most helpful, Veiled One. We will take our leave.
I'll see you soon, dragon.
Very, very well. And scoop up my elder,
Yep, scoop up your elder.
Put snacks back in the bag.
Okay.
Snacks. Keep an eye on Kobu.
Yes, of course.
And I'm assuming we're leaving.
Okay.
Probably heading back to the Crooked Plank. Unless
right.
anyone objects to maybe trying to get some rest. So.
I feel that is a fine idea, noble Rogar.
Yes.
A sound plan from an intellectual mind such as yourself.
Rogar nods. Yes. And start to head back, unless someone wants to ask her anything else, I guess.
Okay.
Should we come back? So are we planning on coming back again to find Atlas?
Probably at some point.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe not.
Doesn't look like he's here now, so probably have to wait a little bit.
Moog is, of
Yes,
course,
Moog?
all of this happens out of context for him. So he has no idea who Atlas is. He's just observing. And we're heading back to Crooked Point. Following along. 8-foot puppy.
Okay. As the 5 of you, well, technically 7 of you, if we count Kobu and Snacks, make your way back to
All lives matter.
to the Crooked Plank. The night is clear. There's not as much activity as we discussed earlier. There's not many people about. Everything's very closed up. There have been a very stressful few days in Port Torona. The watch is out in force, but with your guys' previous roles, you were able to keep out of sight and out of mind, enough so that you were not bothered on your way back to the plank. Upon your arrival, you're able to take your rooms, sleep in arrangements however you wish. Typically, Velry and her handmaids will be in their own room, and then the rest of you in the other room. With that, are we doing anything else before we take our long rest? Probably not.
Rogar doesn't need anything.
I want to make sure one thing. There we go. Okay, good. All right. With that, I need, as you take a long rest, I need everybody to give me a sanity check.
Boy.
How do I do that?
Just roll a d20. And for you, I believe you had a sanity of 13, so just add 1 to it. Dayu rolled awesome.
Wait, how do
Moog, natural 1. I love it.
Critical fail. That's a 3, but it does not matter.
It's a 3. It's true. It's not going to matter. It's a fail.
Rogar
Same
got,
thing with Velry.
11.
That's a fail.
Just
Right.
in case it works.
But we did take a long rest, right?
Not yet. We're about
We're in the
to.
process, yeah.
You're about to.
You and I are about to suffer a nightmare. Just letting you know.
Cool.
So let me roll. Okay, that's good. All right. So
Stop lying. That's not good.
during the night, as you are all having your rest, Dayu, you're confronted with a eerily similar dream of your wife, your daughter, on a porch, your farm, in fact. Perhaps you and your wife partaking in a little bit of sake. Your daughter's slightly older now, probably a toddler, kind of walking around. It's nice and cool air outside. You're sitting on the porch, rocking in your favorite chair, looking out. And you look up, and the stars are bright, glowing. Then you see there's something strange in the distance, where normally you see the Temple of Blades very, very far away. Instead are a series of cyclopean black towers, far, far away. And you just stare at them. And then eventually you awake, slightly unnerved. The son of Amu. You push your way through a very heavily snowy pass. Your hunting pack around you. All of you young, trying to prove yourselves. You stumble upon what appears to be a dead frost giant, eviscerated. Its guts hanging out, plastering the snow. And as you look down at it, the sky clears, stars twinkling around you. As you look down at the mess, the giant-sized guts, they begin to form a strange pattern on the ground in blood and sinew and tissue and flesh. And as you look at the pattern, your head begins to hurt slightly. And there's something familiar about it. There's something so familiar. And yet it seems so alien, so strange. And then you awake. Velry has a much different dream. Velry is hiding quietly, very, very quietly, still as can be, in a very dark room, the door closed, furniture stacked against it, an open window where perhaps she might flee. As her hammer blows on the door itself, it rocks, the furniture beginning to nudge and move with each blow. A mighty force on the other side, something terrible, something familiar. She moves towards the balcony, the banister, the open air. And you see a vast vista, Velry, of sand? Except you know it's not sand. It's meal, it's bone meal. It's an endless expanse of dust. There are strange buildings, relics, perhaps of a lost civilization jutting out of the sands like some ancient temples. The sky is completely dark. There is no light. Completely shadowed. A realm of shadow entirely. Except as you look out, you see a massive figure begin to move in the shadow. Tentacle-like feelers along its face, brushing massive gargantuan against the dust itself as 6 yellow eyes illuminate and look down at what must be you. You're going to lose 1 point of sanity, Velry. So just minus a point of sanity there as you awake with a shock. Moog, on the other hand. Moog.
Yes, let's do this.
You find yourself out on the road. You're familiar.
Again?
Yes, again.
Making music with friends?
No, you are not making music with your friends. You have no friends around you, in fact.
Oh.
You are by yourself.
I just can't wait to get on the road again.
Marching into the woods, in fact. Familiar woods. The woods of your homeland. They're thick, but black and spindly. Almost like grasping fingers for branches. They look dead, and in fact, you know many of them are. There are very low mists that kind of waft out of the forest edge, and you know better than to walk through the open woods, not on a path well traveled. And as you're walking, you hear a voice. And it's in some strange, debased language. Sounds deep and gargled. And you don't feel well. You feel almost sick listening to it. It hurts your ears. And as you kind of move your hand to the side of your head, you feel blood. Your ears are bleeding. As you kind of look down at it and you look up, the very trees themselves begin to animate and move. And as they do, they curl into a tentacle-like face that begins to creep towards you with your natural one as the branches shoot out, wrap around you, and lift you from the path. You scream and kick as best you can. Your legs are spread open like a wishbone, and as a large appendage is moved underneath, about to strike up, impale you from beneath, you awaken horrified.
Yeah, bro.
And you lose a point of sanity.
Ouch, bro.
Where's that appendage gonna strike him at?
It didn't happen. He awoke before it did.
Oof.
I will let your imagination roam.
Yeah.
Regardless, though,
We got to keep
Both.
this on the channel.
both Velry and Moog, when you two awaken, there is for a moment, you are horrified because you can't see. You're blind. Both of you. You woke up blind. And as you
Oh, right.
move your hands across your face, there is a thick, black, tarry substance on your fingers. Almost as if you were weeping this black fluid. The rest of you just awaken, none too pleasantly.
And I didn't recognize the symbol in the dream. I just felt like I recognized it.
Give me an intelligence check real quick, Rogar.
Oh god. Straight intelligence.
Yeah, just a straight intelligence check.
Oh. 7.
I'm gonna say no. It's alien and bizarre.
Okay.
Would I have? You said the room and everything was familiar. That creature though, would I have? Do I know anything?
Oh no, the creatures. This is something new. This is something strange. Your old room would definitely be familiar,
Okay.
but the rest of what transpired afterwards, certainly not. What would you guys like to do?
I'm waking up, freaking out, calling for my handmaids to
Okay.
give me some tea or something to calm me down. And
You
help me with wipe the goop off my eyes.
yes. You call out, and Zyme wakes up, somewhat startled herself, clutching at her chest. My lady, I was having a horrible nightmare.
Time. Does she have black on her eyes or anything?
She does not.
Okay.
However, both Helene and Avla both do, as they're scraping, very vigorously scraping their eyes.
Oh no. Hold on. I guess we're all just kind of freaking out, and I'm just gonna ask them what their dream, what they were dreaming about, and explain my dream, and see, compare and contrast.
Zyme would inform you that we should not talk of such things. This is let's just move on for the day. And Helene, well, I dreamed of the Lord chasing me, but his flesh was a mass of octopi-like tentacles and ink, and he caught me. He was eating me.
Oh God! It was our old Lord man, but with the tentacles.
That's what she informs you. Yes.
What about Ava?
I was attending you, my lady, when your hair became alive and wrapped around me, wrapped around my throat, and began to strangle me. I cried out, and your head twisted backwards, fangs dripping.
Okay, well, I'm gonna suggest that we all get some tea and calm down and take a bath.
Zyme's shaking a little bit. Is she making some tea in the corner? She has a full set of stuff up here. You know, she's very well stocked from downstairs.
I bet she is.
Mhm. What about the rest of you? Dayu, you only have 3 points of exhaustion now.
What happens if we drop to negative sanity?
Negative sanity? Well, certain things. We'll see what happens.
I want to know. 'Cause I'm so
No.
close to it.
Oh no.
Wait, do you gain sanity points at all?
You can gain them back
Okay.
eventually.
Cool.
So Dayu, Rogar, Moog.
Going
Hey, Roy,
downstairs.
Roger wakes up, but he's just pondering his dream. He obviously failed his intelligence check, so he's just trying to think on it real hard and
Mm-hmm.
just, grunting some.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he saw the ink on Moog's eyes.
If Moog's not being, loud and boisterous about it, Brevrak certainly is.
Okay.
As he's like, oh, by the Lord of the Seas, I'm blind. They've taken my eyes, White One. They're gone. Where's my sword? As he's feeling around.
Armored, calm yourself. I go over there and kind of like hold his arms, and get a cloth and like rub off the.
Like a small child, rub it off.
Mm.
I see. Oh.
Roger looks at the substance. Does it look like the substance from the small children-like entities that have roamed the streets with fangs and such?
No,
It doesn't.
it does not.
Doesn't look the same.
No.
Okay. All right. Then he just wipes it off. Does it smell like anything?
Okay, I'll give you this one. You guys have been covered in awful several times. It smells, it's a very distinct smell. One
Okay.
that Rogar and Dayu would be intimately familiar with. It smells very much like the makeshift hospital that you had assailed within the market square.
Okay. And smells a little, throws the rag away and. But I think you will find Armored One.
Oh, yes, indeed I am. It was but a moment of weakness, Rogar. Do not look down upon me.
It smells like the marketplace, the hospital.
Bri- Yes, I remember well. It smells of brine. It smells of death.
Would I know the smell?
No, you would not. I'm sorry.
If it's morning though, then
It is
let us get something to eat.
As all of you move downstairs, Din, of course, is down there. There's a rag kind of sitting on the counter. The rag is covered in black goo. Yes, everyone. It's a hell of a night. Breakfast is on me. As he begins to go in the back of the kitchen and prepare a decent spread. It's not great. He doesn't have a lot to work with, but some fish, maybe a little bit of rice, perhaps a few eggs. If Dayu wants to do some chefing, that could be plausible.
Are we
But-
still blinded?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay.
It was temporary, Moog. Very, very temporary. However, as all of this, as you guys all eat and finish your meal, who is going to be leading us this day throughout your next bit of ventures?
I'm assuming we're heading to the sewer.
I nominate
Someone wanted to do something else, I guess.
You nominate who?
Rogar.
Oh, Rogar, roll me a d20, Rogar.
All right.
Let's nominate wherever at.
18.
An 18. I'll roll for that as well. Hold, please. Can't believe I missed that table. There it is. All right. 5. Okay. And an 18, you said?
Yes.
Okay. The air outside is clear. It is a little bit cool. It's not as warm as the day before, but the sky is clear of clouds. Not any rain to be seen in sight. Strange. It rained for so long, and now clear skies.
Have we I'm assuming I had breakfast or whatever.
Oh, yes, yes.
Have we... Elder, are you feeling better?
I'll order the fire wine.
Or the
Okay.
fire wine?
Of course. As he puts a shot glass in front of you, Dayu.
Thank you. Pound it back. I'm used to it now.
It still burns, but you feel as soon as it kind of settles in your gut, feel your exhaustion temporarily wash away. I'll make a check in 8 hours. So, as you take your shot, Lady Velry, if you would not mind, I would gladly watch over your fair maidens, if you wish to leave them with me.
Where are we going back out? What are we doing for the day? Are we...
Well, yeah, we're about to discuss it. Just kind of what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Rogar will just say, I'm assuming we will try to make our way to the dungeons that the cultist told us about. Through the sewers. The only question is what entrance should we take? And if there's anything else anyone would like to do before we venture into the sewers themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to tell Dan that he can once again take care of my lady.
Of course, I will take great care of them. I'm stout of heart and body. So he kind of puffs himself up a little bit.
I'm low-key okay with it because Zyme's getting all the nice things, which in turn I get the nice things. So.
She's getting all the nice things. It's very true. Perhaps, Lady Zyme, you join me in a meal later. She just kind of looks to you first, Valerie.
Is she looking at me for help? Or?
She looks at you for a moment and looks back and perhaps if my duties are taken care of. Of course. He kind of scratches his head a little bit and
I look at him, like no hanky-panky.
I wouldn't dare. I would never with such a fine specimen.
Yeah, my eyes flash black just to warn him, just to remind him who's in control here.
Of course.
Sewers, then? It sounds like we're all in agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else?
Quick point of note. Who had the key for the statue? Was it Zaltkar?
That's a good question.
I think it was.
Figured we're just going in. The only way. The only other way we know of.
Yeah, there was the statue entrance. There was the night market.
There's.
or the Devil's Market.
The
sorry.
Devil's Market. Mhm.
And then there were also entrances from the docks
Somewhere. You had not pinpointed
Yeah,
them
we
yet.
don't-
don't know where that one is.
Yeah.
and the fishing district, I believe.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know who had the key.
I'm almost 100%
I think you're probably right.
that
though.
he had it. And
I
so,
think you're probably right.
Yes.
He probably did have it. He probably did.
Therefore,
So, go to the Devil's Market, probably.
your key is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with not many options left, as unfortunately Zolkar had a lot of stuff on him, and he took it with him.
Like a holding.
Bag of holding, perhaps one might say, and it is definitely no longer here. You decide your best course of action would be to brave the Devil's Market, slip through the inconspicuous crack in the wall behind where Cratch, the ne'er-do-well merchant, had set up shop within. As you make your way there, you do in fact see that you do see a few guard patrols. First off, nothing you can't avoid. It is relatively early, and you find the warehouse. There are more guards than normal above. Like perhaps Cleanse Giant's Blood is prepping for some kind of attack of some kind. Who knows? Regardless, though, you can easily take note of that. There's almost double the amount of guard standing out here. You move past all of them. None of them pay you any mind. Most of them used to, at least Rogar and Dayu for sure. Moog and Velry, not so much, but you're in good company as far as they are concerned. Brevrak
with
as
us?
well.
Okay.
Brevrak is with you. As you make your way down the stairs in the back, pass through, it looks like the actual stairs themselves, Velry, go down, and you're in the back of a warehouse that, by all intents and purposes, if you were paying attention outside, you should be over the water. And yet when you get to the back of this warehouse, there are a set of stairs that go down. And it's not water. It's just stonework down. At the bottom of the stairs, there's a large bugbear, arms crossed, with markings on his neck, denoting him as a member of the Mar. There is a opaque film along the doorway. It's something that Dayu and Rogar know you can just pass through. As he kind of looks up at all of you, he kind of tilts his head for a moment at Velry and Moog, but doesn't say anything. And you all are allowed to pass freely. As you pass inside, the market itself is a cornucopia of sights, sounds, and smells. It is exceptionally dark. And though most of you, besides Rogar, have dark vision, you still can't, your eyes don't pierce the darkness as if perhaps this might be magical in nature. The space itself is extremely large. And it's just a mess of stalls and people talking back and forth in strange languages, strange people walking to and fro. Not just the goblinoids that you're used to seeing within the port itself, and some of the other strange elves and things of that sort, but you see dragonborn and orcs and perhaps people of giant's blood walking around. Strange things, strange sights. There also are very strange happenings down here. Moog, is this your first time in the market? It is. So,
Well, yeah, unless, I had been down here on missions before.
that's up to you.
With this group, yeah. No, probably wouldn't have been
Probably
much
not.
reason for Moog to be
Yeah.
down here, yeah.
So for you as well, this would be relatively new. You can obviously smell narcotics of a kind wafting through the air in many places. You also will openly see people buying and selling illicit goods, as well as a very active slave trade down here, where they are buying and selling people.
Are there any women being hurt?
Not openly, as far as you can tell. Now, most of the guard down here, and by guard I mean the thug-like individuals, are ogres. I would say probably the vast majority of them are a combination of ogres and bugbears. Very big individuals that walk around with giant clubs that two of our members that are not present can attest hit very hard if you decide to disobey the rules of the market. Regardless, though, as all of you are passing through, is there anything you guys want to visit while you're down here? Because I do have stuff available, if you wish.
Maybe swing
Moby's
by.
just very taken in and being able to see everything.
Oh, yes.
It's not much. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's kind of
Swing by Giddy Abbey.
Giddy Abbeys. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else want to swing by somewhere else?
Is there like a ladies' clothing store I can buy some?
You could probably find a place that has some clothing. Now, I will say, probably Velry and Moog. Dan knows because he's been present. The currency of the Devil's Market is plates. They don't trade in gold. They trade in a special currency. It's kind of like going to a casino. And everything is extremely expensive down here, with a few exceptions. So,
Do I have any plates?
Do they have what?
Do I have any plates?
No, you do not. You definitely do not.
Breverac does.
Breverac has quite a few. Whom, because the player's not here, Breverac is going to give his plates to everyone else. It's going to be fantastic, guys. I believe he had 12.
At least 4.
I would think it was 12, yeah.
I think it was 12. He had 12 plates. And he's going to go, Velry, Lady Velry, you would do better with these than I. Here you go. Here's your bag of 12 plates, Velry.
I get all 12?
Yeah, you have 12. It's nice.
He was gonna let that kid run off with those plates too.
He was just going to let them be stolen anyway, so I don't feel bad about giving them to you.
Also true.
So there you go. They're yours now.
All right. Well, would the clothing down there be something I would be interested in buying? Anyway?
Well, it depends. Are you looking to just get something fashionable, or are you trying to find something of a more magical nature?
I was thinking more something to buy my handmaidens.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I will say that you can find like a it's not necessarily a shop that specializes in clothing, and these are like market stalls. This is like a big flea market kind of. There is a person that has various dresses and things of that sort, very courtly kind of looking stuff, in multiple fashions, not just fashions of the dynasty. There are fashions of the Draconia Kingdom to the west, as well as fashions from the far south that look more kind of Greco-Roman-esque.
Would there be anything that would like give them some protection for when I'm not around them, like something they could wear?
Okay. Let me see what I can do for you. As far as some kind of protection, hold please. I am thinking. I believe this would be. Okay, there is something. It would be much too expensive. That one would be at least. Let's see if I can find anything else. That's not going to work. Maybe yes. All right. Okay. All right. I do have something. So, there is a material that regular clothing can be made out of that will give you the benefits of being able to change its look at will as you're wearing it. Now, it doesn't like raise your AC, but it allows you to change the clothing's appearance as much as you want.
Okay.
Now, it is considered magical, so it will not tarnish, it will not break by normal means.
Mhm.
And you're looking at 2 plates per dress.
Per dress.
Mhm.
All right, I'll definitely get that. I guess I'm gonna buy one for each of us.
Okay, all right. You hand over 6 plates to a short kind of halfling woman. She has a very dark skin. Probably your first time seeing a halfling. In the dynasty, at least. I don't know about Velry's other background, but at least here.
Oh, much appreciated, darling. Much appreciated. Would this be all? Would you like something for yourself, perhaps?
I was thinking about getting. Is there something better that I could get for me, or should I get that too?
It's up to you. I mean, I'm a seller of just a few bits and bobbles, but I could perhaps give you a depending on how much you'd like to spend. I do have this very interesting cloak, set of robes.
Yeah, show them to me.
Oh, very, very strange material. Found it deep to the south within the dunes. Retrieved it. My third cousin Dan did.
And as she pulls it out, it looks like it does look like robes. They look very a very strange style to them. And it's made of a silk color. They appear to be white with a blackish set of like coiling serpents around the sleeves and a large, almost like cobra-like head on the chest.
This is a very interesting piece.
What does it do?
Well, I don't rightly know everything. I know that it's it is very much magical, and you see these here snake things.
She kind of points them out to you.
They be real snakes, my lady.
I'm gonna touch it. Does it do anything?
Does not.
You can't just quite do it like that. You have to first purchase the garment, and then you wear it, and you let the magic you get used to the magics, and then you can make the snakes come out.
Do I suspect that it will actually work in favor for me, or will it be like something that?
This is called a robe of serpents.
How much is it?
Oh, a pittance, my lady. 10 plates.
10 plates. Wait, I don't have enough, do I?
If you already spent the other plates, you do not.
Where's Rogar at?
I'm assuming we're all together. Well, I'm assuming either we're all together, either that or I went to Kitty Abby's. But
It's up to you.
yeah, I'm assuming we're all together. So
How many plates you got, Rogar?
I have none.
What?
It's true.
It's none. It's true. It's none.
Okay.
Not many people have plates. Brevek had our bounty of plates as a
Yep.
group.
Brevek had all of them, and he never distributed them.
Okay. Well, sounds like I want this robe. What we're gonna do is 10 plates.
Just so you know, Velry,
Uh-huh.
a plate is 100 gold.
Uh-huh.
So that's 1,000 gold. It's a lot of money.
One plate is 100 gold pieces.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just telling you, like, if you want to exchange some currency, you could do that as well if you have
I
any
thought
on
there
you.
was a currency exchanger.
Yeah, there is. There's
somewhere.
a person you can basically change your currency in the chips. You can deposit gold for plates and other things.
Well, I wasn't really given. We didn't discuss.
You were given some gold. I don't remember.
We do have Rogar has all the gold.
Yeah.
But it's in his bag and it's not all cashed out. There's like gems and then there's
It's up
Yeah,
to
we
you.
have a couple
What do you guys
diamonds.
want to do?
all sorts of stuff.
Oh, those diamonds are gone.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
diamonds are in Dayu's body.
Diamonds are gone. Yeah.
How about this? Pretend I didn't buy the robe.
Oh man!
Go back on this deal.
You kind of go, "Oh," and she sees the gleam in your eye. Well, my lady, perhaps
They're safe enough.
We deposit those and we just go with this fine garment here. I don't know why I got an Australian accent suddenly, but I've got it now.
I'm guessing that she wouldn't. There's no bartering with this, you know.
I mean, you can try. You can make an attempt.
Mm.
Are you gonna? Do you want to try to talk her down?
Yeah, I'd like to see if I can get. Since I want to see if I can buy all 4 pieces, and you know, since I'm buying so much at once, see if we can.
Okay, you give me a persuasion roll. We'll see how this goes.
Okay. Oh, gee.
I don't have high hopes, but we'll see.
15?
15's not bad.
Not bad.
I tell you what, my lady, I'll knock 2 plates off. 14 plates total.
Pretty good. All right. Hmm.
You're still too short.
I know.
So.
Well, so do I have enough gold to go exchange one to go get a plate? He says 100 gold per plate.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How much gold do we have on us?
I mean, if Rogar wants to give you the 200 gold, I know a good husband would. I don't know about Rogar though.
Uh-huh.
I've seen Rogar look at me. You know.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Rogar's doing math. Sorry, give me 1 second.
200 gold? That's all it is, Rogar. Come on.
I flex
Yeah,
my
come
muscles
on,
at
bro. Let's
Rogar.
make money.
There he is.
Rogar sleeping on the couch.
Rogar's doing some math. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we say that, you know, Rogar goes off, finds someone in night market to sell some
Oh yeah.
a
yeah.
bust, and
Oh, God, you guys have been carrying all that shit around with you.
yeah,
A bust. You know
3
how heavy a bust is.
3
These
Three
tapestries.
the bust of our bag. You know, I try to
Bar
upsell
bags
it.
was trying.
You know, he's the hero of the town.
Yes.
You know, 3 tapestries worth 50 gold apiece. If we sold all that, everyone could get
115%.
everyone in the party would get 340 gold.
Okay.
That's without the diamonds. Those are taken
So,
off.
if you guys want to exchange that into plates, and then you guys just have 40 gold in your pocket, and then just have 3 plates, does everybody want to do that, or
That's fine. That's fine if you want to do it that way. So everyone would add 3 plates to their inventory
and
then-
40 gold?
and 40 gold.
Say that you're able to pawn off pretty much. I will say that is the benefit of the Devil's Market. There's a buyer for everything, so you're able to get rid of all of that stuff, no problem.
Okay.
So
So
my total.
Moog even gets a cut. So
14.
yes, so you have you have a
I'm
total
on
of
a
15
showcase, I'm
plates now,
sorry.
Velry.
All right, and
I'm so
we have-
sorry that this was all day.
But yeah, so three
Interesting.
plates of 40 gold. 3, yeah. So, yeah.
I'm gonna buy my stuff.
So okay, yeah. So Valerie, you begin to purchase your robe. It is in fact called the. Did I already tell you the name?
Something about serpents.
Yeah, robe of serpents is what it is. You can check that out. It is yours for the taking. Subtract 14 plates from your inventory, so you have one left.
Equipment, right?
Yeah, it is a wondrous item, if that helps you. So, I believe Rogar was making a beeline after this for
Kitty Abbey,
Kitty Abbey's.
the potions merchant.
Yes. So, you make your way towards Kitty Abbey, the half-orc. And as you do, you pass by a few familiar stalls, and I'll say this, Rogar. You pass by and you see a certain Earth Genasi.
Corey?
You kind of see him, and he sees you, and he looks at you, and his head turns. And he just kind of tilts it sideways, and then he eyes the two large vases next to him. He doesn't say anything.
Rogar walks up to him.
You walk up to him?
Walk up to him. Ah, Corey.
You have got some nerve, White One.
I assume you were upset about the delivery. I will say, I am sorry that it turned out the way it did, but I did deliver your package. Unfortunately, we had a disagreement with the owners.
I'd say so.
Yes.
I'd say you ruined my business, White One.
Well, all I can offer is my apology. I do have the package that you asked for delivery. I will say, did you know that there are people inside these coins?
That's funny, White Scales. He kind of looks around. I'll take that back.
Insight check. This guy a dick?
Go and give me an insight check.
All right. I thought Corey's cool, you know? Fuck. Well, 4.
With a 4,
He's a good guy.
I mean, he's been honest with you up to this point.
Well, if he feels he's honest, he'll reach in his pack and look in his sack and snacks, the box with the screaming faces. Give them to.
Yes, master. Yes, yes, yes.
And he kind of very weakly pushes the box out.
Puts it down on the table. Your package.
Well, at least there's that. If you wouldn't mind, I would prefer you to take your business elsewhere, White Scale.
Unfortunate, Corey. Unfortunate.
Yes.
But Rogar turn around, not caring too much.
No, you don't.
And
he's staring daggers at you as you walk away.
And walk away towards Giddy Abbey.
All right. Are the rest of you going as well? All of you together?
Probably.
Probably. Okay.
Do I need? It says I need to attune. So how do you?
You have to take time to attune. It is the equivalent of, we're going back to normal rest. So a short rest would be an hour.
Okay. So
I don't know. Does that even require attunement though?
it says attune.
It is. It does require attunement. So you have to at least spend a short rest with it, minimum. You can put it on if you want. A little white robe. Maybe get it tailored at some point. Who knows? Whatever you want to do.
Also, I was reading it. It says, is there 7 snakes? 'Cause it says 7 out of 7 charges.
So,
And then 1d4 plus 3, so I'm confused.
I already rolled the d4, and there are only 4. So just mark off 3 of those.
but I like 7.
There are 4 stakes on this.
But 4 is smaller than 7.
So,
Please, can I have some more?
all of you moving towards Giddy Abbeys. So, as you move closer, you would find Addie is solemn, just kind of this half-orc woman. Not in like she's not like huge, super big or anything. Like behind her stall, an assortment of potions and different vases and glasses and materials made laid out on her stall. Welcome to Giddy Addie's. Oh, it's you. As she looks up and sees Rogar and Dayu, who promised they'd be back, and apparently she didn't believe you.
Rogar reaches in his pack, pulls out some of the troll flesh that he acquired.
Oh,
From
how long ago?
A couple days.
Those
Slams
days?
it down. Slams it down.
Oh, that is a very interesting scent. As soon as you slam it down, there's a couple people walking by that go, oh, and start to dry heave nearby. Plop it down.
Perhaps you could use it in your potions.
She takes like a little rag, kind of puts it over her face. Yes, troll, you said. Oh, fine specimen. Yes, of course. I'll see what I can do.
Sometimes I think it moves, and I poke it.
You poke it, and it does kind of twinge a little bit. It looks like it may have gotten bigger. Not sure what that's about. Well, I'll see what I can do. Much appreciated. Was your name Rogar? Is that what I remember?
It was.
Oh, thank you. Very much appreciated. Compensation's in order.
We need potions. Healing potions.
I see. Well, we can definitely do that. I have, since you bought me out last time, I've gotten a fair number back in. Looks like we have 8 healing globes, and she brings up the kind of regular healing potions. If you'd like, I would exchange this bit of material for this, and it is an actual larger bottle, and it would be a greater potion of healing.
Nice. I'll take that. I'll take the 8.
Oh, of course. You're gonna buy the 8?
Yeah.
That would be 16 gold pieces, Rogar.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah, those are pretty cheap.
Rogar buys 16. He will then divide it up amongst the party. So he'll give everyone that's in attendance here at least 2. So Brevrak, you're hardy enough, Brevrak, and slaps him on the shoulder.
Oh yes, Rogar, of course.
And everyone here gets 2 healing potions.
Okay.
They're just regular healing potions.
Yeah,
Yes,
the basic ones.
As you
Didn't
kind
we
of
leave Breverac at the plank guarding the ladies?
no, he's with you guys. As
Sorry, I didn't see you there, Breverac.
I've been there the whole time. As you do that, she's kind of, well, that's quite a bit of business for today. You guys have been going into the sewers, you say? I very much could use some material, but more importantly, I'm getting a bit worried. One of my friends went down there recently, and she never came back.
Well, if we see her, we will direct her towards safety.
Her name is Seti.
She's an assistant to one of the more less reputable individuals down here. She's a half-elf, blue hair, golden eyes. You can't miss her. If you find her, tell her I sent you.
Does Giddy Abbey have any potions that take away status effects?
So, interestingly enough, she does not have like a lesser restoration or anything like that.
Okay.
She does have a potion of heroism,
Okay.
and she can concoct potions of resistance to whatever you may require. What do you think?
How much do those cost?
So the potion of heroism is 2 plates. The potion of resistance is 1 plate.
Well, let's Roger will use one of his plates.
Mm-hmm.
And he will buy a potion of resistance for psychic damage.
For psychic damage?
Mhm.
Oh, you're getting very... let's see what we got here. Let's see.
He said
He
he
metagamed
what?
He metagamed
did.
you, bro.
I did.
Metagaming like a correct.
He said any, Roger. just
Poison
like, man, my brain
resistance,
hurts.
you know,
What
fire,
are barbarians
cold.
not resistant to when they rage?
Everything
That's
else
what
is like
he's-
slashing.
See, it's what he's. See, I see what he's doing here. I see what he's doing here. I rolled pretty well, so I'll say that she's able to scrounge something together. You can have 1 potion of psychic resistance.
Give it to Brett.
Berserk immediately takes it. Thank you, friend Rogar. No. Slap from the side.
But that's all Rogar wants to do besides go see Cratch and see if we can use his entry point, you know? So if anyone else wants to do anything.
See Cratch.
Okay.
Crotch.
All right. As you guys conclude some business down here, Dayu, you do see a very interested dark elf staring at you as you are at Addie's stall, just right across, kind of looking towards you. Interested, but you just keep walking stoically. Turn your back to him. Make sure he knows that you saw him. Purposely not speaking to him as you walk towards where Cratch's stall was last set up. Interesting enough, Cratch is not there. There is still the
Free access.
cloth covering up the hole that you know is there, but the rat himself, nowhere to be seen. You guys just walking in there?
Going in.
Okay. Who's
Elder,
going
can-
first?
Can you light your orb?
Oh,
Let the drift globe and I cast light.
okay. 'Cause I'm assuming you like duck in first and then yeah, hold it out. The rest of you following suit. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, especially for Moog and Rogar. It's tight. Very tight quarters for just a little bit until you break into the actual larger area that is the sewers proper. As you do so, you may consult your map if you have it open, and you will find yourself towards the top there at the docks. So you guys have a decent idea of, and I will say this is not exactly to scale, but it's close enough. What would you guys like to do?
I don't think I got a map.
You probably,
probably
did
didn't.
not.
Yeah.
You probably did not. I apologize to that.
I can share. Let me see.
I'll share it to you. So, as you're all kind of gathered on the small path next to the very foul-smelling sewage that is washing down. The sewage is washing to the south, so it is perpetually moving towards the like where the rat warrens is.
Yeah,
Moving in the southward direction all the way to the Samurai District, out those pipes at the bottom left corner.
should we move towards the warrens on the way to the Samurai District, the castle? Perhaps Scratches.
Assuming we have to, because that's where the bridges are. The crossover.
That is where the bridges are. It's true. It looks like you can. Well, yeah. Otherwise, we'll have to.
You're gonna have to hop at least once or twice, depending on what you guys do.
Yeah, we'll probably go towards the rat warrens. I'm assuming.
Okay. So do you want to move down here and then just cross over to the other side?
And then head towards the Samurai District once we get to the rat warrens. Yeah.
As you are moving in a southward direction, the smell it's horrible. It's bad down here. And you get to the edge where you know you're going to have to hop over to the opposite side. I will remind you, in this particular section, you will notice that it's a tad bit wider. You're looking at from where you're at now. You're looking at about a 15-foot gap to the other side. You are on like a 10-foot little piece right here. It goes 10 feet, 15, 10 feet. For a few of these larger sections, then it gets tighter the further south you get. So you got a 15-foot gap to cross.
Okay.
I will need athletics checks, and then you guys tell me what you got, unless you want to try something else, try something funny. How are you guys getting across?
Are we coming from the docks? Is that what you said? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the docks.
Yes, you came up there from the docks. There's like a broken pieces. That's the hole in the wall that you just passed through. There's a mysterious question mark up there. You guys can investigate. I'm not telling you to do it. Just letting you know it's there.
I saw it. Rogar rolled a 10 on his athletics checks to jump over.
So he's just going to jump over immediately. Rogar's going to jump over. A 10 will barely get you there on the fringe of falling into the soup. As you kind of in like the tips of the talons, like then shift your weight forward, and then you're on the other side. Who's next?
I rolled a natural 20.
Dear God, natural 20. Dayu, how do you want to do this, Dayu? How you want to do it?
Make it look as easy as possible.
As easy as possible. Dayu, after Rogar, Dayu very nimbly. He just kind of arms back, takes a little break for a second, maybe makes a sandwich while he's in the air. I'm not sure what he's doing. So he's kind of flying across, and then maybe like a somersault, and then lands quiet, no problems. How about Moog there?
Rolled a natural 1 plus 5.
Damn.
Yep,
No.
I did. I fell in the sewer, didn't I?
Moog.
Or whatever's
Moog.
below.
Moog.
Yeah,
I will
bad.
say,
Is it bad?
Moog, you're big.
Bad.
You're a big guy,
Yeah,
Moog.
I got big arms.
You go, and you go. As you're jumping, your head hits the ceiling. You jump too tall. You don't jump. It's not so much out, it's tall. You go.
I've done this.
You go, and then you fall into the sludge. You immediately fall into it. You just splash. He's gone. He's disappeared. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, Moog.
All right, here we go.
I already lost one.
What a way to go.
Okay.
15.
You at least pass your save, so you're not immediately poisoned. But if you don't get out of the sludge quick, it's going to get bad. As Moog
Okay.
kind of dips down, and I will say, Moog, as tall as you are, you don't touch the bottom. You just,
Damn.
and then
Or
you're
we'll,
like, "Oh,
or we'll throw him his rope. You know.
oh." Rogar doesn't want to touch it. He's touched it before. He knows what happens. It's bad. Moog's also hairy, so this is.
Yeah, that's gross too.
Oh,
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Oh.
Thanks, Anthony.
oh,
Great
you
guy.
pull him out,
Great
and he's like,
guy.
oh, you gonna pull him up to the side. He's gross. He's super gross. Velry. Now, I will say this.
Wonderful smell you've discovered.
I will say this, Velry. I'll just remind you, you can walk on the ceiling. You don't have to make a roll if you don't want to.
I rolled a 15 anyway. so-
Okay, well, I'll say if you wanted to jump, no problem. But I will say, if you mess up your roll, you tell me you're not walking on the ceiling, you're going
I'm
to
wa-
the ledge.
You know what?
So you're fine
I'm
this
walking-
time. Just letting you know now. No reneging on the dice.
All right.
So, but yes, you do. You easily jump over. Despite her small frame, it's a very powerful jump too.
How's Breverac do?
Breverac. It clears the first hurdle.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, friend Rogar. I am here. Breverac, the noble mighty warrior. Oh, Moog, what's... Oh, did you shit your pants?
See, almost the sand over his nose.
The
Perhaps you
pants
must-
Moog's not wearing.
You must clean yourself thoroughly, Moog. A man of honor and stature does so regularly.
I pat Breverac on the back with a big
Oh,
coated
Oh.
hand. Thanks for the advice.
yes. Of course, friend.
I'm assuming you guys are moving at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming are we moving south now?
Yeah, towards the
Okay.
towards the Warrens.
Okay. You're moving towards the Warrens. As you move further south, go ahead and give me perception tests, everybody. Oh, 22 for Rogar. That's pretty damn good. All right, not so much. 23 for Dayu. Woo! 11 for Moog. So pretty much everybody but Velry and Moog. So they're just Rogar and Dayu then. As you're moving south, you guys see, so you look over to your right, because you see there are multiple openings here. You have one, two. You have 5 different tunnels leading off of the one you're going into. You enter this large kind of circular area with 5 different tunnels. The tunnel to your right is relatively large, similar to the size of the one you're currently in, maybe a little bit smaller. The one to your immediate left is the one that Rogar and Dayu would recognize as the troll lair that is now empty and looted thoroughly. You do see the path to the rat warrens and then some other mysterious parts. But as you look to your right, towards that path to your right, you see on the corner, it's slightly blending into the wall, but there is a humanoid shape against the wall, back to you. Looks like it looks like it's a cloak. It's perfectly still. It's the same color as the wall itself. Outside of a very good perception test, you wouldn't be able to see it.
How big is it? Humanoids?
Humanoid. It's hard to tell exactly. Maybe. Oof, it looks a little bit hunched. It might be 5 or 6 feet tall. Maybe. I think he's frozen. He's frozen. He is. Look at him. That's great.
I'm in a deep
Hello.
concentration.
It's so deep. There he is.
Sorry.
He's
Oh,
back.
he's back.
He's back.
My internet connection is messing up. I know.
It's great.
But does he recognize that Dayu sees it?
Yeah, the both of you, Dayu and Rogar, you both see it.
Okay, but I recognize that Dayu sees it as well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How far away? 15 feet?
Oh no, that's more. It's way more than that. You're looking
Okay.
at probably. See, this isn't to scale, so you're
Okay.
looking at more like probably 100 feet or so. Like it's a pretty good size circular dome shape. Let's put this in perspective. You guys have been down here about
Once.
20 minutes or something at this point. Like you're covering ground.
Okay. Does Roger get the sense that it's like hunting us?
It is completely still, like unmoving.
All right. Roger just kind of, I guess, knows that he's being watched.
Carry on.
Yeah. Mogar will kind of lean back and whisper to the other party members that something is following us. Or at least
You say
hiding
something
us.
is following us, noble Rogar. No.
And that
I'm
would be
sorry. It'd be great though. But no.
But yes, he'll let the others know.
Mhm, mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With that noted, do you guys want to try to make the leap, or do you want to walk? You can safely walk to the troll's lair and then just walk around if you'd like.
Roger's gonna safely walk.
Yes.
know?
You want to jump over the stew there?
No. Let's do.
Okay. All of you walk, and you end up walking into the former lair of the infamous sewer troll. Hallowed be his name. As you walk through there, I will say you do hear a echoing snarl reverberate up the grate as you do so. And it just echoes. She
Does
walks
it sound like a
past.
troll?
I don't know. It sounds like something screaming down there.
Does it sound like it's gurgling in water?
No.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Okay. And I will say, like that grate that you're very familiar with,
Mhm.
it looks like the stew drops off and just goes straight down. You have no idea how far,
Deep it is.
no idea what's down there. But you guys make it around there. And are you crossing the bridge, or are you going to try to go down to the rat warrens?
good.
Just gonna take the bridge there.
Yeah, let's just take the bridge. Are there any Warren guards at this point, or
You don't see anybody.
did we see people before here?
You saw. Now I will say, when you went down towards the warrens themselves, that's where Cratch kind of met you.
Okay.
You know, if you get down the tunnel a ways, they have what looked like just a wall of debris that they had blockaded the tunnel off with. You don't know what's behind it, but apparently the sewer rats lay claim in that corner of Port Dorona. But you don't see anybody walking around, and last time you looked, you didn't see anybody last time. Now your perception tests were not that good last time. But with your previous ones this time, you don't see anybody nearby.
Yeah. And probably, I guess, just moving on, you know.
Okay. You cross this first bridge. It is rickety and very poorly made. I'm going to need...
I'm gonna walk on the wall and ceiling.
On the ceiling? Or the wall even? Yeah. You kind of... I'll need everyone else to give me either acrobatics or just dexterity. You know, acrobatics, if you will. 19 for Dayu, of course.
Ooh, 5 for Rogar.
5 for Rogar, even better. Moog, what you got, Moog?
Do you want acrobatics specifically?
Yeah, acrobatics, yes.
That's what it
8.
is.
Yes.
Would I be strong enough to carry Rogar or anyone that needed help? You know.
I'll tell you what.
You're strong as fuck.
I mean, you are freakishly strong for your size. I'll let you pick. I'll let you attempt to help one of them, to give them a second roll.
Oh wait, who all rolled poorly?
Rogar and Moog both failed. It wasn't a high DC. I'm just saying. It wasn't. And Moog has a pretty good dex.
Rogar's pretty big, you know.
And Rogar is a decent dex too, but yeah,
Well,
he's.
can I carry one and then try and go back and carry the other?
It's not going to be. This isn't going to be a carry situation. This is going to be a reach out and stop somebody from falling in potentially situation. So, which one do you want to have a reroll?
Did Mo take damage earlier when he fell in?
He did not.
Or, like, okay, well, I'm just gonna probably say Rogar.
Okay.
And
Go ahead
Moog
and-
sacrificed.
Go ahead and roll me another acrobatics, Rogar. You get You'll get a second
Okay.
roll.
Get used to that Moog.
I'm sorry, Mo.
Please fail again.
Natural 1.
Yes.
Two.
You still failed. So here's what happens. So Dayu very nimbly kind of sees and then across, no problem. Valerie begins to kind of walk along the wall. Rogar and then Moog. The biggest, heaviest dudes.
What about
Sorry.
Brevrak? Does he fall through too?
Brevrak passes. So Brevrak's actually right after Dayu. Brevrak. I know, well, Brevrak will sprint across this bridge. And he's across relatively easily. It's not pretty, but he gets there. And apparently he loosened it a little bit as Rogar and Moog go walking across at the same time. Just gives away. Ah! Valerie tries to reach out and grab Rogar. Oh no! You both splash into the stew.
Gross.
Need you guys to give me Constitution saving throws.
God.
I believe that Moog, the DC went up for you slightly because you've been in the stew once already.
Oh shit.
So, man, both of you guys killed it.
I was an adjusted 20.
Yeah, I know. You killed it, though. You killed it. So, Moog and Rogar both, very quickly, you managed to keep your mouths closed and not get any awful in it. You were completely covered, head to toe, in sewer filth. Moog, second time. It's slightly worse than the first time, Moog, because as you're down here, something large kind of bumps against you. You don't know what it is. It's solid. It's
Large
kinda-
poop.
That's a fish.
More than likely. As
Large.
it touches you, and you quickly swim over. Dayu,
My God,
his
it's-
face walks away. He doesn't even bother to help.
My God, it's
Noble
Tuesday.
Brevrak holds out a hand. I will help you, my friends.
Get up, get out of there. As soon as
Grabs
you
you guys
can.
faster, grabs you guys, because he's cool. Pulls you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. You're both taking out. Moog's just like, he's having a bad day. He's having a real bad day. Valerie, it smells poor. It's bad. It's even worse than the first time. Even worse. So, throwing it out there. It's pretty bad. Regardless, you cross one bridge. There's another one right here. We want to do this again? Do we want to do anything different? Or are we just going to...
I'm not sure what else.
Just gonna mosey on across?
Yeah, man.
Okay, we're doing this.
Well,
11.
Rogar, if Rogar gets a choice, is it the same distance as 15 feet? Or is it-
This one is tighter. This is 10 feet.
10 feet? Rogar will jump rather than bounce.
Trying to jump over it? Just jump over the bridge?
I mean, if it's rickety and like.
Okay, I'll let you. You can give me athletics.
Okay. Oh, God. 7.
Moog, go ahead. You can give me
These
athletics if
bridges
you
right
want.
now.
Yeah, I'm
Athletics
gonna
or,
go with
or
athletics.
acrobatics. It's either one. That's
45, natural 20.
Yeah, the Mo kills it. Valerie just walks on the wall because she can. Natural 20 for Brevrak
Oh, shit.
as well. So I'll say
You've
this.
got to do the get up and run around.
I'll say no. I refuse. I will say this. We have 2 natural 20s on the check. Here's what happens. So Dayu leads, not as pretty this time, as he goes to move, and what happens is several of the boards just
Stinks.
they give out underneath him, even as he's very lightly putting his feet on him. They're rotten. They just they splash, and as they splash in Dayu, you see that there is something in the stew below you swirling. There's little masses, little things swimming right below the surface. As one of the boards clips in, it suddenly like violently shifts and then is pulled under. And you kind of do that, and as you do, friend Rogar just comes bounding after you. And, and as he's going, Velry's already mostly across. Both Moog and Breverac jump after him. They kind of catch him, and there's this weird action hero thing where they like catch him and then they fly across. Dayu has to like move out of the way as they skid across the pavement, but nobody gets in the stew. But the bridge is broken, so you have 2 broken bridges now.
Is it like Moog and Rogar, or Moog and Breverac jumping over with Rogar in between, like 2 parents swinging their kid? You know?
Pretty much, yes. For a moment there. Catch him. Land on the other side. But you are on this section now. As you collect yourselves, kind of dust yourselves off. Take stock of everything that's happening. I'm going to need... Who's going to be leading at this point?
I think I was.
Okay, so Dayu, real quick, I need you to roll me a D4, please. A 1. With a 1. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah. As you are moving forward, you look off to your left, and you see that there is a bridge here. You could attempt to cross. You could also, alternatively, you see that this is a strange dome-like shape to a tunnel. You can't quite see the end, but you do see that there is a mass, like there's a wall, so you can tell it's a solid room. And you could walk into the room and walk around as opposed to taking the bridge. Would you guys like to do so?
You can't see down there.
Not quite that far. How far is the light from Drift Globe? Is
You
it
can
just
move
20
it 60 feet.
You can move it
I
at
can make
will?
it. Yeah. I use my action to make it float.
Yeah, and it can move 60 feet from you.
Yeah, I think
So,
so. Let me check.
Do you want to attempt to do that? I think it just stays behind you. I don't think you can make it
I have
go
to move
somewhere.
it. I have to move it.
Yeah.
It follows me.
Yeah.
It'll follow me up to 60 feet.
So, but how bright is the light? 20 feet?
It is the light spell.
I think that's 20 feet. I think 20 feet of bright and then 20 feet of dim. I think that's right.
Yeah, 20-foot
Isn't it
radius.
like a torch?
Yeah. So 20 feet of bright light, and then you're looking at 60 feet of dark vision for most of you. You can almost see the back of the room. Not quite, but enough to know that it's you can make the walk around if you'd like to.
What's the bridge look like? All the other bridges?
The bridge looks like all the other bridges you've crossed. Not well put together. Perhaps sewer rat craftsmanship at its best. And you also get the feeling, Dayu especially, that the individuals that crafted this looks like they are much lighter than all of you. And it is meant to bear the weight of a small person. Velry probably would be okay. The rest of you, not so much.
Guess I'll go first because I'm smaller than she is.
Okay, so we're taking the bridge.
I'm taking the bridge.
All right, Dayu is taking the bridge. Go and give me an acrobatics, Dayu. 13. You make it. What about the rest of you?
How far is the gap?
You're looking at this one it's about the same as the last one. It's about 10 feet.
I'm jumping it again, you know.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me athletics roll.
Yeah, 20.
20. All right. How about Moog? You rolled athletics already. 17. Velry, are you rolling, or are you just okay? Yeah. Okay. I see. Velry walks on the ceiling. She just kind of walks up one of the tunnel walls and then just walks. And I will say the ceilings in here are relatively high, except for in the tunnels themselves. You're looking at about 10 feet or so. So Rogar and Moog both are kind of getting close. In the larger spaces, you're looking at somewhere around 20, 25 feet in the dome-shaped kind of ceilings. But she walks up and around. Brevrak unfortunately makes it. As he makes it across, no problem. Everybody makes it across this possibly final bridge, who knows, without any issue. You do see, as you finally cross, you do see the stirrings in the water in the tunnel you could have walked through. Something large peeks its kind of chitinous head out of the water for a moment, and you just see stalks with two eyes. One and then another set deeper into the room. They just kind of look at you as you guys are moving past. And then they disappear as you continue further down the path, possibly avoiding a dangerous situation. As you move further westward, the tunnel is getting slightly tighter now. The stew is getting thicker, and by thicker, I mean more viscous, more solid matter is clumping together, making almost like a lily scum across the top of it, almost as if the flow is not quite as
Strong.
Yeah. So, as you make it to the next section, here's what you see. You see that this room's a little bit cut up, but the main thing is that there is in fact a ladder. There's a ladder dangling over the stew. You can see there are two tunnels leading out, and from the rushing noises, you can tell those are probably some kind of perhaps drop-off points for the sewage, perhaps in the bay. You're not sure. You guys have been down here for hours at this point of travel. You see the ladder. You also see to your right, you see that there are more bridges and possibly more avenues of exploration. Who knows what you might find? Who knows what you might find? Regardless, though, you're looking at somewhere between 50 and 60 feet of open sewage where the ladder's dangling. However, right below the ladder, there is a massive mound of something. Now, both Moog and Rogar at this point would know that the stew is deep in certain spaces. Moog in particular. Whatever this mound is, it doesn't look like stonework. And it is up and out of the sewage. What would you guys like to do?
Ladder hangs, it's hanging down.
It's just hanging there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is a metal ladder, like the ones you've seen before. And there's obviously a large hole in the roof that goes up somewhere.
Rogar will take out his rope and grappling hook, and he will look towards Valerie.
Pale one, would you be able to walk along the ceiling and perhaps tie this rope? I will hold this end. That way we may get access to the ladder without having to climb the stew.
Yep, I do that.
So I'll give him the grappling hook. I'm gonna I'm gonna hold the other side down. I'm gonna ask Brevrak to tie it on to something if he can.
Of course, noble Rogar, I will do so.
And he ties it onto himself.
That will do.
Ties along his waist. Velry, as you're walking across the ceiling, first off, Velry, give me a perception test. Well, actually, everybody give me a perception test.
Not great.
Not great for Velry. Let's see what the rest of you guys do. 16 for Amu, 10 for Moog, 18 for Dayu. Good. Hold on. Did you roll twice, Moog?
Not on purpose. Take the first one.
Okay.
Is it 10?
Okay. So, all right, it looks like roll. Dayu's the
Apparently, if you
only
click the
one.
virtual dice before it disappears, it'll re-roll.
It'll re-roll it. Okay. Yeah. So I'll say this: Velry's too busy on her task as she kind of walks up the very tall ceilings with the hook. Brevrak is kind of bracing himself almost at the edge, giving him as much slack as you can. Because is this only a 50-foot rope?
It's 50 foot, yeah.
He has some rope. I'll say he'll add to it so that it's not too tight because you wouldn't have enough to reach.
Okay.
So you have 100 feet of rope here. He's got the slack. He looks like he knows what he's doing. As Velry gets close to the ladder, Dayu and Rogar, what'd you roll? A 20?
16.
16, sorry. So yeah, Dayu and Rogar both. You notice that the large mound is bothering you. And you kind of squint your eyes, Rogar. The drift globe's still alight. And you see that it's because it's strange shapes. And you realize those are corpses. It's a mound of corpses. As you're looking out there of bodies that have... You're not sure how they all got here, but it's just a mound of them. Who knows how many are there? As you're looking at them, they're covered in filth and disgusting. Dayu rolled the highest. You see a twinge as like something moves slightly in the mound. And Dayu, you hear faintly, well actually, let's see here. Dayu, Rogar, and Moog both faintly hear a voice, very, very, very whispery. Stars above, you've come.
Atlas.
And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Oh, how can you choose Atlas?